Hi, Betsi Bixby here, founder of Meridian, and this is number 3 of 4 series on how to create a positive growth culture. And we've already talked about how you get yourself positive and how you get your team positive. And I'm so excited to bring you and your family business this next piece because it's so important. Because you know what? Life happens. And when life happens, we still have to, what? We have to have a positive culture. So that means resilience. So I want to share with you 3 methods that when the proverbial stuff hits the fan during your day and for your team, that you can actually still create this positive culture that you really need. All right, number 1, and I got this from our CEO exchange speaker, always a hit. I love this phrase. It is so what, now what? Now, the important part of so what, now what is stuff happens. You cannot change that. But the most important thing is the now what. What are we going to do going forward? We only have right now, we get to take action. Stuff has happened, and now we have to figure out how to get forward. So when you have that, oh dear moment, I want you instead to say, so what? Now what, right? And that's going to propel you forward. All right, the next thing is when those moments happen that you didn't expect and that are not positive, you are going to ask the what and the how, not the why. Now, why do we say don't go into why? You're saying, Betsi, when we've had bad stuff happen, we want to figure out why it happened. Well, that's a really tough piece because it can place blame and it can get you into a culture of criticism and blame. So instead, I'd like you to try using the what and the how. In what ways can we go forward? How can we prevent this as we move forward? How can we, in a very positive sense, how can we make lemonade out of this lemon? That's what you really want is, okay, something's happened. It wasn't what we expected. It wasn't great. But guess what? Now we get to make this into an incredible positive. And I see family businesses, especially our Empower clients, doing this in an amazingly effective way. You guys have gotten awesome at that. All right, the number 3 of this is you have to become, in your culture, a zero blame. That means when you hear anybody blaming anybody else, you must stop it, okay? The only way to have a positive culture is one of complete self-responsibility. And if the person is blaming themselves, that is equally as bad. So you will find sometimes your very self-responsible leaders tend to beat themselves up. That's not okay either. So I want you, when you hear blame, there's a Meridian system that we call above the line. You may have heard me teach on this before. And so when you hear people in blame, just give them that positive reminder to get above the line. And above the line means, hey, we need to get positive about this. All right, I can't wait to share my 4th and final segment with you because it's all about that growth piece. Yes, we want positive culture and we want growth. So I'm excited to share that with you next week. Bye-bye.